Good morning. Oh, welcome to what appears to be another picture perfect day. Oh, I can see the moon still. Moonset hasn't happened. There's our moon. Half moon there. Hasn't set yet. Very cool. And then we've got the sun on the other side. Da-da-da. And we have little Miss Pyaar out and about, finding all the sniffs. And we have me. Good morning. How are you today? How was your sleep? Depending on where you're watching from, you could be just getting up, you could be ready to go to bed, you could be just starting your day, you could be well into your day. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Any plans for the weekend? I think we have, it's called Pets in the Park on Saturday. So I think we're going to go to that and check that out. And see if there's any little doodads that little Miss Pyaar doesn't need, but I think she needs. We'll look into all of that. See how we can support the local animal shelter besides adopting. Cannot get another one. We talk about it. However, with Pyaar being a service dog, she goes with us everywhere. She is never home alone. And we wouldn't, no need to have two service dogs. So we would not have another dog trained as a service dog. And then the one dog leaves, the other one has to stay home. I don't know. Just doesn't seem like it would be right or fair. So that's where we're at with thinking on a second dog. And my sister has two dogs, so they get together and play a lot. I try and convince my sister to get another one, which I don't know why. I'm the one that puppy sits when she has to go out of town. That leaves me with three to take care of. Well, four if Pyaar comes over. We're good. We're good. I have to remind myself of that when I see these little cuties. So that is the only thing I know that Saturday will hold for us. I will do a lot of prep. I'm going to do just a little Mother's Day brunch. So I'll do all the prep work. Make quiche. I'm going to do a French toast. Just keeping it small. This particular group have friends. This particular friend group have, their parents with them, I guess. So Jeff said, let's just keep Mother's Day small. Plus, our backyard is not ready for guests. It is still too much of a hazard to have anybody over. Really hoping by Memorial Day to have it done, but doesn't look like it. So a little update on the pool. This week, we were supposed to have somebody out on Wednesday. I called or texted rather on Tuesday night. What's the status? What time should we expect someone tomorrow? After I texted asking what's going on with, arrival time for a crew on Wednesday, the gentleman texts back and says, oh no, they're not going to make it. Looking at Thursday. Why wouldn't you have reached out to me initially? Why does it have to be me reaching out to you? Why aren't you on top of this? Is my question. So Wednesday night, again, text. And why weren't they coming on Wednesday? So the story we got was that they weren't coming on Wednesday because they didn't have the concrete. They were waiting on the concrete to come in. Okay. Then text them, the pool people, Wednesday, and ask them what time we expect everybody on Thursday. And get a text back saying that they're not coming on Thursday and maybe next week. And he sends me a screenshot of the text from the concrete people. I don't not believe this guy, okay? I just have a hard time. I was having a hard time with this, Keep the lines of communication open. You should know what's going on. I shouldn't have to chase you. You should have somebody that's keeping an eye on these schedules for these various pools and keeping up with your subcontractors. And I get it. You have to deal with subcontractors. Not everybody can do it soup to nuts in-house. I understand that. I also understand that we're rural. I've said that many times. However, we paid extra because we're rural. So after he sends me that text, I just send a simple text back saying we're very disappointed. And then I get a response from the contractor saying that it's too cold to use the pool anyway, and to keep in mind that we're an hour and a half away. Took everything in my being not to respond back. Even in a kind way, to not respond back. Because I know anything I say at this point is probably going to slow it down even more. And we were told that it would take 10 to 12 weeks. We are 2 months in, so that's 8 weeks. But in 8 weeks, to have only had work done, how many days did I say? Maybe 10 days out of 2 months, we've had people here working on this pool. So there is that. There is the fact that my backyard is a hazard with all this trenching. And when the city inspector came, he asked Jeff why the electric wasn't hooked up. He still approved it, but he says, I don't understand why they didn't hook the electric up. Now, what do we know about a pool being built? Nothing. We don't know to ask these things. Just like with the stairs. The stairs weren't framed out. Nobody said to me, hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about those stairs not being framed out. We do it at this point. I had to turn around and ask them. And we're not talking about a little sum of money here, That's the other thing. And whether this pool is complete or not, we're already paying on it. And you're not paying on just the amount that was dispersed. You're paying on the full amount of the loan. It's not like it's a graduating payment system. Initially, you paid out $5,000. This is what your monthly payment will be until the next one goes out, and then your payment will go up to this. That's not how it goes. As soon as they disperse the first check, we're paying a full payment. So yeah, I would still be frustrated that it's not happening as quickly as I would like, as I think it should. And maybe somebody needs to manage your customers' expectations. You know, tell me it's going to be 10 to 12 weeks. Okay, it's going to be 10 to 12 weeks. And this is what you should expect. These are the steps. This happens at this point. This happens at that point. The electric will get hooked up before the concrete's poured, or the electric gets hooked up after the concrete's poured. I don't know. All I know is I have wires running on the outside of the pool, which obviously aren't going to stay that way. I got no wires running from the pool to the electrical box. One would think, and I am not. What do I know? I know nothing. So I'm going to reach out. I'm going to ask as kindly as possible. What the fuck? Like I said, it is my lesson in patience. What are you sniffing at, girl? You're in the street, sniffing like crazy. So, what's going to be my quest today? To very kindly put together a text in the least threatening sounding verbiage of what these next steps are. And we haven't had a supervisor out here since they started to see what's been done. So I don't even know if they know that electric isn't hooked to the box. Come on, little girl. So we'll see. Oh my stars, come, come, come. There is a truck with workers kind of blocking the sidewalk, so we'll get into the road if that's safe. And we'll walk on the road for a moment. All right, so that's where we're at with the pool. And it was also rather amazing to me that if this amount of work got done in 10 days, and let's say, you know, they shoot concrete, that's going to need to have so many days to harden and set, which here could be a lot less than, say, in Florida because there is no humidity and it's so dry. And then they're going to have to do the pebble stuff and the tile and finish up the electric and fill the pool. So what if we, you know, say 2 weeks? So in reality, I suppose, in a perfect world, which we know we don't have, so we should just like retract that statement altogether. But it would really only take about 30 days to do a pool. You may have to wait on the permitting, right? I mean, once you start digging, 30 days. You may have to wait an extra week on the city. So that's 4, maybe 5 weeks. If it takes the city a week to get out to you. All right. Just dial it back here. I'll just dial it back. It is what it is. And I'm going to be patient. But I think that my frustration is understandable, warranted, not being unreasonable, to want to have better communication, and to maybe, since it's taking so bloody long, to have a supervisor make the drive out just to calm everybody down. Say, oh, it looks great. This will happen next. That'll happen next. No, that's not happening. I have a friend. We always say, like, she and I should run the world. It would just be so much more efficient. Uh, we know that it takes more than two people to run pretty much anything. Even a house, it takes a couple people to efficiently run a house. But anyway, that's what's going on with the pool. That's the pool update. That's the frustration, and that's my challenge: is to keep my mouth shut, to not quit back. Ay, ay, ay. So that's my challenge for the day. Carefully word, construct, and send a text. So that's our pool update. I've got my 8:30 class, my 10 o'clock class, my doctor's office work, my 6:30 class. I will be off on Saturday. Like I said, we've got the walk in the park, or not walk in the park, but the pets in the park, which we will probably go to early in the day because Little Miss isn't crazy about the heat, and we're supposed to get pretty warm this weekend. Come on, little girl, I'm not stopping under the bee tree. Even though I don't hear it as loudly. Not stopping under the bee tree. Oh, and one of my ladies has gone out of town for a month and a half. So I'm going to try a Zoom class with her. Bring her in for her regular class. So we'll see how that goes. And that'll be it. That'll be today. And yesterday for dinner, I told Jeff, take out of the freezer whatever you want. I took a steak out. So I made mashed potatoes, Brussels sprouts with a little butter and garlic. And then I grilled his steak, and I did it on the griddle. And he was very happy with it, so that's good. So that was dinner yesterday. Got no idea what we're doing today. I will have to just open the freezer, close my eyes, put my hand in, grab something out, and then make something up. And then that'll be the only pending thing. So I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Don't let yourselves get frustrated. And if you do, let's pull back. Let's take a deep breath. And let's just know that we're going to be okay. It's all going to work out. I say that to you because I say that to me. So have an amazing day. And a fabulous weekend. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you soon. All right, so I just wanted to pop back on. I was stopped and talked to one of our neighbors who's always tinkering on a car. Well, turns out it's more than tinkering. He's been rebuilding this truck from the ground up for a buddy of his who was in the military who lost his legs. So right now, the interior is with an upholstery person, and the shell, the truck frame, not frame, the truck, I guess the shell, is at the painter's. He's got the engine and the tires on, and the wheels are really cool. They're this cool copper color. And he was telling me that all of the controls are going to be in the center console. He doesn't want to see them, so they're in the center console. So he'll be able to control gas, brake, all of that from controls in the center console. So, I think that's great. And he did say he wants to be done with it because he wants his garage back. He's got other projects. But, he's been working on that for the year that I've been here. And I'm going to assume probably even more before that. But how wonderful that this guy is doing this for this veteran who lost his legs. So there's just beautiful things and beautiful people in this world. So what am I? And I'm getting frustrated over a freaking swimming pool, right? When I have my legs. So I'm going to definitely dial it back. I'm glad I took the time to talk to him because it just helped me clear, gave me my new perspective for the day. And I'm going to try and go back to that story if I need it. And I wanted to share that with you just because I thought, what a fabulous human. And I want you to know that there are good people out there, because sometimes we don't think there are. Different story for a different day. I'll see you soon. Bye.